Girlfriend's landlord walked in on her showering. Any ideas what to do? Where I live in the US, landlords must give 12 or 24-hour notice. I can't remember which. Before entering a unit for a non-emergency. It might be worth finding out if wherever you live has similar laws, because that would be a sounder basis for seeking redress. Then, my girlfriend was showering, because of how the law usually works. It takes away the burden of needing to convince everyone that the guy is a creep, because you can point directly at a verifiable, straightforward violation of the law they did and work from there. Landlord should not enter house without tenant's permission. And certainly not HWNE they are showering. We could do with some info on the country you are in, as different laws will apply. Also the exact type of tenancy agreement. Is it a HMO? Is it a room in the landlord's house, etc., etc.? Report this ASAP. That is breaking and entering. So you call the cops. The fact they're the landlord doesn't really matter. They didn't give notice and broke in. This assumes they didn't give notice. I can't help as I don't know Irish laws. However, my advice would be to change the locks. Keep the old ones to change back when she leaves. That way the creepy pervert landlord can't just enter the property. Being in Ireland, she falls under the ECHR and will have the right to quiet enjoyment of her property and her private life. The landlord is clearly in breach of this. Contact the local housing department in the council or a housing charity shelter in the UK, but I'm sure Ireland has an equivalent. For advice. Police. There are no other answers other than calling the police immediately. I'd say talk to the police and hear what your options are. They should know better than anyone. Put a chain lock on the exterior door. You can't change the locks or lock the landlord out for security, safety, emergency reasons, but you can absolutely put a chain on while you're home, since the landlord is supposed to give a minimum of 24 hours notice, assuming you're in the US, before entering your home, with the exceptions of emergencies, pipe burst, gas leak, fire, etc. If you're worried about the fasteners having to be installed on the door causing any damage or paint chipping and don't want to get dinged for it when you move out, they also make security bars that go under your door. You can get them on Amazon for less than $20. Edit. I agree with all the people saying look for hidden cameras. They make devices to assist with that. Also be sure and look up a YT video showing how to check the mirrors in the apartment. They could be one-way see-through and the LL could be a peeping Tom. It is beyond weird. It is criminal. People like this are sex offenders. Unless there was some serious emergency. Which I doubt, because how come she did not know about it? Call the police. This isn't just a landlord-tenant issue. It's a sex crime. WTF is he doing walking in anyway? You rent does not mean he can just waltz in when he feels like it. Is this a shared bathroom, or did he enter her apartment and just walked in on her showering? Sweep the place for hidden cameras. If he doesn't respect her privacy when she's showering, why would he stop there? Everybody missing, where he will say he heard water running, thought there was a leak. Man's a douche. Where does your GF live? In most places the landlord is not allowed to visit without prior notice. It's also illegal for them to own a spare key. This is illegal. I would have her start looking for new home. I would check for hidden cameras, and I would install my own cameras to see if he's going into her unit. She's away. For the time being, I would get one of those travel door alarms. If it happens again, there will be one surprised landlord. I bet when you confront him, he will be very apologetic. That's when you record him. Is she renting an apartment or is she renting a room? I was boarding in a home with 3 other people. 4 bedrooms downstairs. And the homeowner lived upstairs. One of my roommates was in the restroom and didn't lock the door. Dumb mistake. And one of the other roommates went in. My other roommates were all women. So it was something they all joked about. I'm sure the reaction would have been different if I, male, had walked in. Anyway, is she boarding in someone's house or renting a whole apartment? In either scenario he should have heard the shower running. But in the apartment situation he shouldn't have been in there without prior notice.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.